Alrighty, like I said, part 2 of my Scorsese films and my thoughts on them. I'm gonna take a drink real quick there. Alrighty, next on the list is one that it took me a long time to finally get this one because it's a Criterion edition. It's the only way you can get this film, and it's a movie I wanted to see for a long time. It's The Last Temptation of Christ, and this movie is one of my absolute favorite films of his. It's my favorite film on the subject of Christ. I'm not religious, but I find it fascinating. And I thought this was a far, far superior film to The Passion of the Christ, just to talk about this real quick. Saw The Passion of the Christ first. Thought it was an okay movie. Didn't really get into it much to ever want to see it again. This movie I would watch over and over and over. There's too much for me to say. Maybe I'll just sit down and do a review for this movie because there's too much. I'll talk the whole vid about this movie. But excellent film. If you're interested in the subject matter, if you're interested in seeing something completely different from Martin Scorsese, check this movie out if you have the ways and means. Excellent, excellent film. Quality, quality movie. Next one would be The Color of Money. Now, I do own The Hustler, and I love The Hustler, but this movie is so awesome. I would love to see a good special edition come out to this, especially now that Paul Newman's passed away, just in tribute to him and his Oscar-winning performance, his only Oscar that he won. Not the only Oscar he's nominated for, but only one he won. And this has nothing on it. It doesn't even have a trailer that I know of, and that's so disappointing. But the movie is excellent in and of itself and worth owning regardless of special features. This movie is good. Excellent, excellent film. Check that one out for sure. This one got stuck in here. This is the remake of Cape Fear. I put this one in there because I put it right next to the original. This is the original, obviously, and I put it in there, forgot it was in there because it's next to Scorsese's remake, which both are great films. Love the original as well, but Scorsese's version is better by far in my opinion. Excellent, excellent movie. One of my absolute favorite Robert De Niro performances. God, he is creepy in this movie. So, so creepy. You gotta love Robert De Niro doing that shitty Southern accent. Me being from Kentucky, I'm sure any of you all that are listening to me talk, you can hear my accent. I don't hear it because it's just how I talk. It's what I'm used to. I don't have that bad Southern drawl, though. He has a horrible, horrible Southern accent. It's funny. But he does a good job of it. He makes it believable, and that's what's amazing about Robert De Niro as an actor. And so sinister in this movie. Love that film. Next on the list, my absolute favorite Martin Scorsese film of all time, and maybe my favorite film ever made. It's arguably between this and probably The Shawshank Redemption is probably, arguable my favorite films ever. But excellent, obviously, amazing. Should have won the Oscar that year for Best Picture. It's just my opinion, but such an amazing addition to. One standout to me is one of the commentaries is the Cop and Crook commentary with Henry Hill and the former FBI agent who brought him in, Agent Edward McDonald. Cool commentary to hear both sides of the coin. You get to hear Henry Hill explain to you the real events that took place in this movie. This movie is based on his life, and you get to hear him comment on that. And then you get to hear the officer comment on what he saw going on and what led him to the arrest. But we've got great documentaries, Getting Made, How to Make a Movie Classic. You've got Made Men, The Goodfellas Legacy, which is one of my favorite documentaries, short documentaries ever. It's filmmakers Joe Carnahan, Jon Favreau, Antoine Fuqua, and the Hughes brothers, Richard Linklater, and many others commenting on this film's influence, which is really neat to me because it's such a great film. And then you got The Workaday Gangster, looks at the less glamorous side of mob life, plus paper is cheaper than film, storyboard to screen comparisons. So, excellent movie. If you don't have this in your collection, shame on you. Next would be Casino, which is in some ways better than Goodfellas, in my opinion. Some ways, not all, but in some ways better than Goodfellas. This movie is extremely excellent. It's almost like a sequel to Goodfellas because it's shot and done in the same vein and same style. And you gotta love a Scorsese gangster movie. God, I beg that man, if I ever meet him, I will beg that man to make another cool gangster movie before he's done with film, because you can't get any better than Scorsese gangster pictures. Amazing film. This next movie is cool, but not one of my favorite Scorsese movies. It's a decent little film, bringing out the dead, but not one of my favorites. Don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's a cool movie, but it's not a standout for me. This next thing is cool. It's The Century of Cinema. It's a long documentary. Let's see here. What do we got here? 226 minutes long about American film from its inception until up about to the mid-60s, right before Martin Scorsese became a filmmaker. But if you have a way to find this, excellent documentary on film, and Scorsese had everything to do with getting this made, and hosts it and talks entirely through the entire thing, and it is awesome. It's such a cool documentary. So glad I found it. Next would be Gangs of New York. I love this movie, love the performances. My favorite Daniel Day-Lewis performance. He is so good in this movie. How Scorsese takes these great actors and turns them into these sinister men is beyond me, but really good. Excellent movie. Next would be The Aviator, and I think a lot of people don't really care for this movie, but I think it's amazing. It was such a cool movie, and something that I didn't expect out of Scorsese, but cool movie all the same. Thought great performances all around, really engaging. I've probably watched this one about 5 or 6 times. I really like it. I thought it was a really cool film. Next thing I have is this Bob Dylan documentary called No Direction Home. Bob Dylan, Martin Scorsese picture. I'm big Bob Dylan fan, and this is an amazing documentary about his life and just him becoming what he is today. And if you are a fan of Dylan or a fan of Scorsese or a fan of both, check that out. Next would be The Departed. Love the movie. I think it gets thrown into people's favorite films just because it's so recent and because it won the Oscar and stuff like that. It is a really good movie, but it's not in my top 5 as far as Scorsese's pictures go. I think a lot of people it may be in theirs because they haven't seen all of Scorsese's pictures. But still an excellent movie. Love this edition too. It's got some great features on it and stuff. The last thing I have is one of the most disappointing things I've bought in the Scorsese canon is Shine a Light, the concert that Scorsese filmed with the Stones. And the reason it's so disappointing to me is the songs that they perform. Some of the songs they perform are great songs that I like and everything, and then some of the other stuff is stuff that I've never even heard. I don't even know what it is. And then there's Can't You Hear Me Knocking isn't on here, and a bunch of other things. But a little disappointed in this one, but it's still cool. It's cool to watch Scorsese what he did with it. I don't know how much time I have left. Probably not much, but I just want to say thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for commenting. Keep commenting. Keep letting me know if I'm doing a good job. Keep letting me know what you want to see, and what you want me to talk about, or if you want me to do some reviews and stuff. And keep checking out my vids, and hopefully I can get some more subscribers and get the word out. And I'll keep doing all this for you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.